Welcome back to Be Rich. There has been an ongoing dispute between Visa and Amazon, where Visa's interchange fees were so high that Amazon stopped accepting Visa cards. And they said that from January it would be a complete ban. Negotiations went forth back and forth. Visa makes a lot of money every time you make a payment using a Visa card. Amazon wanted a portion of the money, and that is why Amazon has Amazon Pay. Today, the Wall Street Journal reports that this problem has been solved. So, my good friend Anish is here today. So, let's find out what is the problem. Anish, what's the issue between Amazon and Visa?
So Amazon started charging markup on people who had Visa cards and were going to pay through Visa card on their platform. That was, I think so, 50 cents or 30 cents over and above the payment terms. So for internet companies or e-commerce companies, majority of the payments come through credit cards, and the interchange fees is what is the major transaction cost which they incur, because when clients purchase through their website, most of them use credit cards. Not many countries have the facility like India where you have UPI. So maybe globally the payment models may change, and where the credit cards may no longer be having such high charges, and there are some new startups coming into this field who want to reduce this fees of MasterCard and Visa and break their dominance and their monopoly over global payment systems. Because Amazon is such a big player and gives a huge amount of business to most of the credit card merchants like Visa and MasterCard, it wanted a better deal from them because of the volume of transactions it provided. Now, and Visa has relented, and Amazon and Visa have come into an agreement which is not yet public on what is the agreement or the deal reached between both of the companies.
Okay. Now, can you explain how Amazon Pay works or Alipay works? Alipay was the original one.
So Amazon or Alipay is like an wallet. So people load money into the own. It is like bank account which Amazon has, and where the clients have access to the money. So people use that to make payment. So the same transaction cost will apply to an Alipay or Amazon Pay when a client transfers money from credit card, because Amazon or Alipay don't have their own credit card. So why they have started this, or what is the reason why they encourage people to use their wallets, is because when a client loads money into Amazon Pay or Alipay, he is not going to immediately utilize all the money. So that gives them a float, which is again they invest, or that money can be used anywhere. There is no end use restrictions. Only when the client makes a purchase, they will deduct the payment from the wallet, and then they will have to pay up to the end person who's selling on the platform. So Amazon, Alipay are all marketplaces. So many people come and sell on their app. So this is what Amazon Pay or Alipay is. The why they are encouraging is to get more money onto their float. And even though they are same charges apply, Amazon Pay in India or global, they give some offers or cashback on people who use Amazon Pay. Is just to get more and more float into their bank accounts. Float is nothing but free money without paying any interest on that.
But Alipay started differently. That's where I have a different opinion. See, like PayPal was there in US first. Alipay was in their website. Was a guarantee to both buyers and sellers that the payment would be made. That is, you give your money to Alipay, and Alipay would pay the seller only when you receive the goods. And for the seller, he knew he could ship the goods, and Alipay would pay. So the main advantage of Alipay was the risk mitigation, the trust factor between the customer and the supplier. Today, you won't send money to a supplier because there is a.
Then this would be a B2B transaction,
It was originally a B2B transaction.
not a
See,
B2C.
it was not a B2C transaction. It started as a B2B transaction, and then people started using it. So everybody trusted Alipay. So Alipay, people started using Alipay in various other places, not only in Alibaba. So Alipay became money. See, they found it very convenient. Suppose I am going to a shop and I can pay Alipay. The shopkeeper trusts Alipay, I trust Alipay. In China, there was not enough credit cards. And not only were there enough credit cards, the processing fee was very high. Like the point of sale machine cost was very high. Alipay circumvented it. In fact, the number of processing machines available in
China.
China is less and is declining. And the other advantage of Alipay is that they charge very low interchange fees. They charge 0.06% or 0.6%, one of the two. And unless the merchant hits a certain volume, they don't charge that money. They refund the money. And also, what they do is for doing more transaction, they give discounts. So they virtually destroyed the payment industry. So Visa or Master is not popular. Then 10 cents was the only competition for Alipay. They started VPay or some other name that is there. They are basically the WhatsApp of China. They started the competition for
P2P.
P2B. And in Chinese New Year, there is a festival in which people give money. This is called as red cards. So people, if I on Chinese New Year, I would give you a red card which is full of money. So they in Chinese New Year they announced a red card system where you could transfer money to your friends and relatives using VPay. And so VPay became very competitive. So they didn't start as a float mechanism. People didn't use Alibaba because people didn't know that if they paid the merchant, the material would come. And the merchant didn't know if he got the material, the payment would not come. So it started as a company which trust intermediation
So
between.
then it became an intermediary.
It became a trust intermediary and it worked brilliantly. And then the float, which you said, became a bypart of it. So this was basically like PayPal tying up with
eBay.
eBay. And they found it so valuable that they bought PayPal and then they spun it off separately. So Alipay did the same thing because their main local website was competing with eBay. So Alipay was an invention to solve the trust deficit between these two guys and now has become a source of float. And then they used the data to do several things and made it part of Ant Financials. Till Beijing, the Chinese leadership crushed it now. So the future, according to me, even in India, is going to be this BEAM app, which has come, the UPI app. Like Uday Kotak has said, banks will become irrelevant. When is the last time you visited a bank branch?
God only knows.
Yeah. So that is what is going to happen. You bought a car, you got a finance, you didn't go to the bank. You are moving money in your business from one place to another, you don't go to the bank. So what is the use of a bank?
Bank as a physical place is no more required.
So exactly. So the fight between Amazon and Visa is basically who gets the money. Amazon is saying you cannot make 2%. You can make 0.06%. So there are going to be companies which will emerge, which will neither use Visa or Master and charge the customer very little money. So the fight between them is make payments cheap. Like a debit card, if you use, you still pay, the merchant pays. So the future is going to be debit cards are dead in India. You don't use your debit card. One need to withdraw money from the ATM. And in countries like Sweden, use of cash has come down to 10%. But in India, it won't happen because people don't trust their government. If you trust the government, cash as a instrument will vanish within the next 50, 20 years. In Western democracies, in India, it will take a long way.
So the sovereign's power to give bank licenses will also come down because there are a lot of startups who are disrupting.
That is exactly what I'm trying to say. If the sovereign's power to give bank license will vanish, that is what is most worrying because that means governments will find it more difficult to borrow. And how effective monetary policy will be is another question that needs to be discussed. So, we started this with Amazon and Visa, and I'm basically it is disrupting the payment system, and finally, it may land up disrupting the sovereign itself. Thank you for watching, Be Rich. If you like this video, kindly hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. If you do not do the bell notification, you will not receive a notification every time we put out a video. Thank you for watching. Be Rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com.